is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm
Oh,
married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic. Yeah, with Jake and Tyler. Fantastic.
See, that's how you
Right
start
off the
every
bat?
episode. Just get it in there.
I could just do it live.
Yes! No, it's not even live. We're recording, so now you're fucking live.
We're grifting you because we're not live.
Episode number 93 of Off Panel, Off Topic.
You know what?
I'm Jake. That's Tyler.
This is the ultimate twist of our show, is that we're the real grifters.
Why?
Because we're saying we're live, but we're not.
Think of the fucking comedy!
That's what I said.
Nice. It's the pause. Oh, side note.
Yes.
Did you see the trailer, Next Goal Wins?
No.
That's the new movie from...
Tiki Watiti.
Oh.
So,
What's it about?
soccer.
Christ. Yes!
All right, let's get into
Christ on a fucking cracker.
it. Wow.
I could write a book about what you don't
That book is
know.
the Bible.
About Christ on a cracker.
Yeah. All right,
where's
Tyler, we're
the,
bringing back a segment.
Oh! I'm so excited.
I'm not.
What's in my mouth?
Shh.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
We got it to do it for us.
What's in my mouth? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I said, hey,
What's it taste like?
everybody knows
Salty?
what I'm talking about. I said, hey,
All right.
So, we have what's in my mouth this week is one of those fantastic Mountain Dew flavors
Sorry.
keeps coming out. You're fine. And this one's called Summer Freeze, and it shows like a rad looking, this popsicle
Why-
is fucking
oh,
ripped
oh, good.
off his ass.
Why are you describing the label? Nobody cares.
He's ripped off his
Hey,
ass.
man.
And he's like, dude, drink me, bruh. And it smells like a fucking rocket pop. So let's do this.
This is one of those flavors you're like, this is designed for two reasons, and this is why Mountain Dew exists. To hook teenagers with their fancy labels.
Yeah.
And two, this is going to make a delicious vodka bomb pop. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You're going to like the way that drinks.
You're going to like the way you feel.
That's delicious.
I just splattered all over myself.
Wouldn't be the first time.
laughed so hard.
I splattered. It tastes like a bomb pop.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, bomb pop. Yeah, I mean, we know what it kind of just tastes like they added a little bit more sugar to their voltage
I don't know
flavor.
why that was so fucking funny to me, but I literally shat my
It's because the music perfectly stopped.
head right out of my...
But again, if you mix this with some alcohol, it's like
Crack cocaine.
bad news.
Yeah, that's pretty good. As far as as far as the taste goes,
If I'm gonna rate it,
You know
I'm
what's
gonna
the
go
You know
with.
what's the real? Yes.
That's my
Me
rating.
too. Me too.
We get a double.
You know what's the real gateway drug is Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Because I started drinking Mountain Dew, and after a while, I was like,
Well, have you had the?
it would be cooler if I was really high drinking this, and that's how I got started smoking weed.
It's also funny to me that Mountain Dew has like this idea of understanding who they are. So like they've always been like extreme, extreme sports
Always,
and
but the '90s, yeah. Since you've been
Jesus
alive.
Christ, Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
What?
When people think of Mountain Dew, they don't think of the hillbilly looking dude
I
on
know.
the label.
I used to think of the glass bottles that we would get up in Drayton, North Dakota.
Everybody thinks of the snowboarding, skateboarding,
Well, now,
extreme sport, death-defying stunts of Mountain Dew.
now,
But
now.
stop. But now they've also cornered the market on
Fuck that's
gas stations, because now that you got Casey's has its own Mountain Dew flavor and Quick Stop has its own Mountain Dew flavor. It's just
I think one of the
anyway.
one of the
it's good. It's tasty.
underrated fun things to do when you go into different grocery stores, like in different parts of the country from where you live, is going to like here we have Hy-Vee basically, but there's places that have like Kroger's and whatnot, and different supermarkets. It's fun to go in there and be like, what is their Mountain Dew flavor called?
Mountain lightning.
That's Hy-Vee.
Mountain precipitation.
Right? Like everyone is different. You got like Dew Time. You got Mountain Fresh.
Dew. That's all it is. Anyway, moving on. Enough of that shit. All right? No more. No more fun, Tyler. Now it's serious. This is a serious show for serious people.
You're fucking whatever.
We got a lot to talk about. First thing we want to talk about, we're doing something fun this weekend, and might have, the way I'm seeing it is we'll probably do things over the weekend, and then maybe get things up on the YouTube channel by Monday or Tuesday. Jesus Christ, man. But we agreed that you got to let me finish saying it before you do the You know this. We rehearsed this.
I know.
Tyler. Anyway.
Yep.
He's right, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we doing, Tyler? You know more about this than I do.
Okay,
You
so,
kind of set this up.
Well, so my brother is at this thing called the DemiCon. It's at the it's here in Des Moines, and I was gonna give you the address and stuff, but you won't be able to go because by the time you hear this, it'll be over. Like
No, it won't. This will go up on Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I not put it up tomorrow?
I don't know. It's at the Merle Hay.
Well, but I'm saying the stuff at the con will be.
Oh yeah. But
later.
it's my brother has been making comic books since before I was born. He's got a new one coming out called Ecteron versus Des Moines. It's a very loosely based, or it's a very loose allegory of some of the things that have happened in our state house, told through the story of kaiju fighting in Des Moines.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I like it. A lot of watercolors. Carter's done more watercolors, which he previously had mostly been using kind of computer enhanced art. And what I mean by that is like he takes he filters his art kind of through through like a Photoshop type thing or whatever.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. No, but it's kind of cool because it's been a long time. I think watercolors are kind of more back to basics or something he's never really worked with a lot. And I know it was kind of challenging for him. So 10 o'clock Saturday morning. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's other people there. It's a big convention. It's not just for my brother. But I get to do
Which
a
is
panel.
interesting because it's like this is like a smaller one, and then there's Des Moines Con.
Mm-hmm.
In the next, and like literally a month after that
Yeah.
in June. So sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. But Jake and I will be there, and I get to moderate a panel, which basically it's basically me and him. I'm going to talk to him about his new book, and we're going to talk about different things about. I plan to ask him about when we had the kaiju. We had these Godzilla and Shogun Warriors, these plastic things that were taller than we were when we were like 5'6", and they were just really really cool. And I plan to be like, hey, how do you feel about kaiju and stuff? I have to think
Kaiju. What's your opinion?
I have to think of a lot better questions.
Yeah, that's not a good start. My confidence is waning.
No, I already got my introduction. But what am I going to ask him?
Why didn't you ever give me back that $5 you told me you were going to when we were kids? You son of a bitch.
Well, I asked
Why
him.
are you Southern?
I
at this
asked
point?
him. I asked him how political he wants me to get because he's like, well, first let's see if there's an audience. I was like, is there going to be a Q&A? He's like, let's see if there's anybody there.
Yeah.
But
do you want me to be there for a Q&A?
With
my hand
that
up.
laugh,
It's like,
no.
Yes, Jake.
I don't know. But I mean, I don't know how if he wants me to ask about that. He said really no unless it kind of goes there. But God, I'm trying to think of some stuff that I'm gonna ask him because
Don't give it away.
No, I'm saying like when he told me about it and I jumped at it. Of course I want to moderate a panel with my brother. That's awesome. But I figured it would be kind of conversational, like him and I talking about his book instead of me just interviewing him, So
Yeah, well, just approach it that way.
that's the
There's
way
no
I do it.
rules, are there? Do whatever you want.
I don't know
What
the
is
rules are.
stopping
you?
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thanks, man.
That was wow.
That was you.
I'll
that
be-
was all you, buddy.
Thanks.
I just followed your lead.
I'll be there as well, as Tyler mentioned, and I don't know. It'll be fun. I haven't been to a con in like 3 years, 2-3 years.
Well,
No, 4 years. I think the last one I went to was Comic-Con back when I lived in Omaha.
I went to WizardCon, the first one here in Des Moines, which was
WizardCon just Des
15
Moines
or
Con now?
16. I don't know.
Because they kind of stopped doing WizardCon, and now there's Des Moines Con. I don't know.
Well, a lot of that was like COVID and shit, though.
Yeah, but WizardCon
Conventions
was almost
shut
like
down.
every other year. Like it wasn't.
Hey,
something-
I after the first one, I didn't really go. I knew it was still going on.
I love going to the local shows.
But one of the things that I think
I
is
love
really
the
fun
cons.
is that you have been involved with my music since the beginning.
Very small amount.
Sure.
I
if
wear.
you want to say that.
I am aware.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say,
Yeah, I always downplay it because I don't.
That's fair.
I didn't do very much.
well, you have to tell them that.
I will tell whoever I dang well please.
What I was saying is that you've been involved from the beginning, helping me record and everything, and my brother has been involved, obviously from the beginning with the shirts and the logos and the covers. But you guys have never met.
And I intend to keep it that way.
Um,
You keep trying to get me to go to this con. I'm not doing it, buddy.
But so
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna try and do is maybe a quick little chat with you and Carter, and I'll kind of moderate that too. So you guys don't start fighting over Star Trek and Star Wars or something. I don't know.
I could care less about Star Trek. Let me tell you.
What?
I never watched it, so I never really.
You
cared.
never watched Star
The
Trek
only Star
4,
Trek
The
I
Voyage Home?
Oh God, where's the
Whoa.
one when they're saving the whales?
That's that one. That's the best one.
Oh God.
What?
Isn't it? This is my problem. If you have a franchise that has what 6 movies, 6 like outside
They
of the
have like 12 actually.
outside
by
of the
now.
JJ stuff, not counting the JJ stuff. I'm just saying,
Outside of the JJ stuff, they have 10.
including Nemesis.
10. Yes.
It says a lot to me about your franchise as a movie franchise. If only the even numbers are the good movies, or the odd ones are bad ones. You can only like Wrath of Khan and fucking the whale one that you were talking about. I'm just joking. I don't.
They are all pretty
Let me
bad.
tell you this right now.
Star Trek continuity is
If
stupid,
you
man.
like Star Trek and that's your bag, that's your bag. I'm just saying, for me, I think it's hard to get someone into Star Trek fresh and to be like, this is it. Cause,
At this point, probably.
but this is what's
The
we're
continuity
getting in a
is
weird tangent
expanded
about
to-
Star Trek.
Yeah,
but,
and that's what our show is called. Off panel, off topic.
I'm just saying, from my
Jesus.
perspective, as someone who's never really been into it at all,
Jumping on now
the
would be a
JJ
tough-
one. I
yeah.
think the JJ ones, however you might have your opinions about those movies, I think the JJ ones did a good enough job being a more appealing to a guy like me who's never really invested in
I'm
it.
totally cool with what JJ did to Star Trek. I
the idea-
fucking hate what he did to Star Wars, but I'm okay. I love what he did to Star Trek.
I thought it was really smart to make that first movie being like, no, this is an alternate. This is off. This is
That was brilliant.
This isn't TNG. This isn't the original stuff. It's its own timeline. And I thought that, and to have Leonard Nimoy connect it, that was cool. Like, I really dug it. And then they really leaned
This
in.
is bad comedy.
And you're right. They leaned into it in the second movie, Into Darkness, and I dug it. They gave me the most
I will
obvious
say
plot
this
twist
though.
ever, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever.
Again, that's someone who's never
It was
really watched Star
It
Wars.
was a good. It was a good.
So your
fun-
brother and I will not talk about Star Trek because I feel like I would insult him because I know how passionate Star Trek fans
He's
are.
not as Star. No, we're way more Star Wars than Star Trek. I mean, we like Star Trek, but
Yeah.
I think Carter and I hew pretty close. He might be more into Star Trek than I am actually, but not by much.
I'm willing to look at again, I don't know, people have mixed this is also the problem with the internet. I say as I have a show on the internet.
There.
You have so many different opinions, which is good to have differing opinions, but at the same time, it could be discouraging to someone who's never watched Star Trek. Like, oh, well, The Strange New Worlds, this is kind of a new thing. Maybe I'll go watch this. And they're like, oh, no, this fucking sucks because it portrays everything that this fucking TNG thing said and this original series thing said. And it's just like, whatever. Anyway, we'll be at...
We'll be at DemiCon this weekend.
where is it?
It's at the Merle Hay Holiday Inn.
It's, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, here in Des Moines.
they're not-
Tickets available.
we're-
DemiCon.org.
By the way, they just want to be clear, they're not paying us to do this. We're just doing this because of your brother doing it, and yeah, it'll be fun for me because again, I haven't been to a con in like 4 years, so I think 2019 was the last one I went to because I went to the Kansas City Planet Comic Con.
Ah.
So that's the last time I went to
I think the last one, there was one after WizardCon, that first one, about like 3 months later. And it was during the football season. I walked in. It was on a Sunday. It wasn't as big. But I walked in, and there was a thing where you could sit and shoot Greedo, which was cool.
Yeah.
And I had my Vikings jersey on. And I walked in, and like you could hear like, Jock, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, guys, it's just a jersey. I love comic books. It's fine. I'm totally not a jock at all.
I would have thought about this because you told me about it sooner. I should have thought about doing a cosplay, like a really cheap and lazy cosplay. So, that's the YouTube channel.
I am doing a cosplay. You know what I'm going as?
Me? You're pointing at me.
I'm pointing at your shirt.
Nobody cares. It's an amazing T-Bird shirt.
You son of a bitch.
tpublic.com/theamazingbird. Not T-Bird because I fucked up when I made the
Fucking
URL.
dick. Okay, so let's move on to the show.
No, I don't want to move on yet.
All right.
I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. And then we'll move on. No, it should be fun.
No, we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do.
I like cons to an extent.
Yeah.
I love it is fun to go to these things and see all the different cosplays and things like that. But for me, the more joy I get out of it is doing going to panels and stuff.
Me too.
I understand going to see celebrities and getting things signed. Like I have a couple.
I've never
I have
really
a couple
been
things
into that.
signed
Yeah, I
in
mean,
my house.
if I get to see them off in the distance, it's like cool. I was in the same room with them. I'm not gonna pay.
I would
money.
like a signed copy of your brother's.
There's.
How do I work that out?
We will probably get you one. There's a dude that we used to know who is really into meeting people and getting autographs. And I just never understood that. Like,
yeah,
that's proof that you met. You know, I don't know. Whatever.
No,
but
it is cool to say hi to someone.
To each their own. I've got some autographs.
I will tell you this
spend
right now.
my money on other things. I
if
guess.
Sam Raimi is
usually it's expensive.
If Sam Raimi is at a con nearby, I would go to that and I would get my Spider-Man Blu-ray signed.
I have Bo-Katan's fucking signature on a Battlestar Galactica
Katie
DVD.
Sackhoff.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean.
She's fucking tall, dude.
That's what I mean. I would take those Spider-Man Blu-rays I have and
yeah.
Well, if they charge per item, I would just have him sign one. But anyway, I would have him sign that because first of all, those Raimi Spider-Man movies,
Samey Rider Man,
came out when I was a kid, so they have very, very,
yeah,
very sentimental value to me. But I mean,
my brother was in where they were filming that first one, and when they did the crowd scene, he's there somewhere. I don't know if he made it into the movie, but he answered one of those websites where you could be an extra.
Brilliant!
He got to see Stan Lee from like 10 feet away.
Next segment.
I got what I paid for.
Well, it was free.
Well, I said that. So I don't know if you saw this. There was a rumor last week that was thrown around by some clickbait websites. Reported a rumor that Mila Kunis, because she had lunch with the director of the Fantastic Four,
Who's
and that 70s show. She's Jackie in that.
No,
she's,
the director. I
don't
know who Mila Kunis.
I don't care. I didn't have time to write down his name, and I don't care until I see the fucking movie. How's that, Tyler? First of all, can I just say it right now? The more time, because of all this casting rumors and shit, I'm caring less and less about the Fantastic Four movie right now. If there's Galactus in it, I'm back interested. Now I'm back invested. If there's Doctor Doom and Galactus in it, holy shit. I don't know if they'll really do that.
I don't,
because they did that with
here's the thing.
Silver Surfer.
Here's the thing:
Silver
is you
Surfer.
can't really, you shouldn't do Doctor Doom again. From what I understand, Psycho Man is going to be the villain, which makes perfect sense because he has experience in the quantum realm in the comics. So what I think is if you're going to try and make it that they've been disappeared forever, and that's why they haven't been around, then Psycho Man is the guy to take care of that. Now, if you, because again, they've said, Kevin has said explicitly, like I know the guy. Kevin has said explicitly, we're not doing another Fantastic Four origin movie. You will not see
Doom
the
a third
origin.
time because we already
will
seen
not. Yeah,
Doom.
you will not see the origin.
Anyway, continuing on that, so she had lunch with the director, so that sparked rumors that people are like, "Oh, is she going to be Sue Storm? Is that what's going to happen?" Blah blah blah, and then some idiot scooper on Twitter shared something that spread like wildfire that no, it wasn't going to be Sue Storm. It was going to be The Thing. And what made me laugh about this is any normal person sees that headline and says, well, that's bullshit.
That's stupid.
But then you got grifters saying like, well, you know, it's believable with everything that the MCU has done. That's very believable. And then there's other people that point something out.
It makes no sense for the character.
Here's the problem.
What?
Here's the problem. First of all, it makes no sense for the characters. Second of all,
No.
they are not going to take one of their few Jewish characters
Yes.
in all of their canon and make changes to him and his story, because that one is, it would piss a lot of people off, myself included. And it's not necessarily because it's a gender bending thing. It's, again, he is one of the few Jewish characters, and and what his struggle is just so integral to being who Ben Grimm is. And I don't think they would do that. Like, when they make those changes, it's not to the most important characters.
No.
Despite his popularity and how good Into the Spider-Verse is and how good Across the Spider-Verse looks, who is still the MCU main canon Spider-Man? Peter fucking Parker.
Yes.
And that ain't changing.
No.
Because Peter Parker, it's the smaller characters they'll make changes to. There's characters that people don't care about. You know, then they'll make the changes. Or they'll take a character that most people don't really care about, but they care about when you gender swap them, like Taskmaster. Like, in the comics, he is who he is, but like, is Taskmaster ever really been that integral to anything in the MCU in Marvel ever?
Here's why I didn't like have such a shit fit over Taskmaster being changed as much as he is,
'Cause I don't care
as she is in the MCU. I in the comics, I love Taskmaster. I love the costume. I love that he's got a hood and a shield and a sword for some fucking reason.
He looks like a weird Grim Reaper,
right? And I love that he like basically can kick every hero's ass because he can repeat exactly what they do. Now let's take all that and think about real quick. Can we put that believably on an MCU screen and still maintain our quality of films? Fuck to the no, man.
I think
that would be stupid in a movie.
And
so the change that they made in Black Widow is integral to the character being believable in the MCU and actually having a part in that story. Again, like you said,
narratively it
Taskmaster,
fits.
yes. If we never see her again, big fucking deal. She is not. The character is not integral to a lot of shit.
The
like
whole
you were
point
saying.
is her being tied to the like it
Right.
worked for the narrative, and it would make
Yes.
sense that there's a different Taskmaster, because they could still make another fucking Taskmaster and do it more comic
Aren't
accurately.
they going to bring her back anyway in the Thunderbolts? Because
who knows?
but I'm saying
Yeah.
that could work.
Yeah, I think so. But
I would love to see a redemptive arc for that character.
But that's my point. They're not going to take a character like The Thing and make those changes.
Yes.
And yes, you could say they swapped Johnny Storm. Fine. Yeah, we've seen that. But I just don't. That's
but it was still the character Johnny Storm.
It's too it's too big of a change that they would never do it. Now, would they make a black Ben Grimm? Maybe. Would they have him be black? I don't know. But
what the grifters don't get, and they wouldn't
just don't,
even if they do,
the Mila
because they're getting
Kunis
paid
thing,
by dark money from libertarian.
I want to be very
assholes.
clear.
Yeah.
It also, you could still tell that story of Mila Kunis as The Thing, and it would work. But the whole point is Ben's story is about him.
Ben is
he
not
feels
a
ugly
fucking
and
model-looking guy. He's not. Mila Kunis is a model-looking woman. She is a gorgeous. I can be on
He's
the cover
an average,
of
ugly-looking dude that got turned into an
a
ugly
jock.
rock.
He's a jock.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a jock, right?
Say what you will, I liked Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm.
Right?
I'll say it.
He embodied the character pretty well.
That's what
I'm saying that just to me, the character would not work as a really good-looking person because that's kind of Johnny Storm's thing, you know. He's the good-looking,
he's supposed to be the hot, sexy
he's the
guy,
hot heartbreaker,
which is why you get Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan to be those guys.
and that is why the Thing has to maintain kind of that ugly jock kind of hockey player almost that girls like, but he's not. You know,
he's very insecure, and Again, it could
But
work.
he's the everyman that makes the
theoretically-
Fantastic Four work. Because you got the brilliant Reed Richards. You got the super smoking Johnny and his super smoking hot sister, Sue. And then you got me, the Thing. Oops. I'm Ben Grimm. Hey. Of course you're going to feel ugly and stupid around there.
Jesse Ventura is the thing. Just make him CG, and then he
Listen,
can voice him.
Hey, I got
Johnny.
I got a bunch of dogs, and they only answer to
Johnny.
me.
Yeah, I gotta say we have
Thank
our
you, Will Sasso.
we have our differences, but I think deep down I love it when you say "flame on." That really gets. Hey, I think my Jesse Ventura's getting better here.
Have you been smoking
I gotta
cigars?
Well, I spend most of the time in Tijuana, and they got a lot of joints down there. And I don't know if you know this, but again, I could be the Thing. It's pretty cool.
It's getting better. I'm proud of it.
Can I just say that I want to go back to the well and say that, yes, a lot of people would have a problem with it, but I think it would be a brilliant, brilliant stroke of casting. Adam Sandler.
As the Thing.
Yes.
Beepity boopity, I'm a rock.
No. Did you see the movie where he was the coach?
Oh no, the other one. Is it Hustle?
Yes. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
I've heard that he embodies that kind of gruff, lovable, whatever. And if he's CGI or whatever, of course. And he could work as Ben Grimm because he's not like super good looking, but he's not ugly. Like girls would go for him.
Only if as he's walking by as a rock, some woman on the sidewalk goes, "They're all gonna laugh at you."
That
then
would be
I'll-
funny as shit.
That's a good idea.
right.
Write it down, Hollywood. Well, you know what? They might hire us because Hollywood's in some deep shit right now.
Hey, you
because,
know what? Scabs?
Oh,
No, we can't.
while I would love that segue, I did forget a couple things.
Oh.
So we talked about it last week. We still don't know any more, but there's still rumors that Adam Driver's the guy to be Reed Richards, which is, if that is the case, I stand by what I said last
Sure.
week. I think it's smart casting. I
Sure.
think it's good casting.
Yeah.
Now there's other rumors floating around. By the way, Mila Kunis addressed it on James Corden's show, saying that like all of a sudden like I'm the Thing. She's like, I'm not in that movie. I just had lunch with him.
She could be Alicia Masters.
But she was saying that like now, but her response is being a little coy because she says, apparently if you just have lunch with someone, you're in a movie. Which I'm like, oh fucking come on! People take meetings with producers and directors all the time in Hollywood. I think that's fine. But how she phrased it, she goes, "I'm not in it, but I know who is." Which to me seems like a sleight of hand. I don't think that she's the Thing per se.
Ashton Kutcher, the flaming torch, Human Torch.
Hey, Ashton, I gotta ask you.
Are you kidding me?
Do you really not shower? Because that's kind of, I've been doing that since I've been a Navy SEAL.
What?
So-
Why are you looking at me like that?
What? You don't think I don't shave or don't shower?
Wow.
You got,
So can we?
you got a problem with me, Bucko?
He's never. I don't think he's ever said that in his life.
So did you say Margot Robbie?
Yes, Margot Robbie is potentially
I
rumored
think that
to
would
be
be good
Sue
too.
Storm.
I think that'd be good too. Here's the thing, though. They were talking about doing some swapping or whatever. That kind of
Some spit swapping, her and Reed.
race
That's-
swapping.
That's what happened. Oh, that's what happens when you kiss.
That's true.
With a lady or a
Good
man?
lady or a man.
Whoever you're with.
Which here's the thing, like I'm not. How should I say this? I am absolutely all about and totally fine with more inclusivity. I hesitate when it's clearly signal. What is it? Virtue signaling.
Yeah.
But I do like I am totally okay if they go that route. If Adam Driver and Margot Robbie are cast as Reed and Sue Storm respectively, then that negates that whole thing, and that's okay with me.
Well, again, for me, it goes back to what I said earlier.
But we have a lot of white superheroes
Tony
in the
Stark.
MCU already.
Tony Stark was still. You had Tony Stark, white. You had Steve Rogers, white. Hawkeye, white. Black Widow, white.
Bruce Banner.
Mark Ruffalo or Edward Norton, white. Yeah. I mean, and so again, that's my point. Is they're not going to take their fucking. Because while I don't think and you probably have the same feeling I do. I don't know. Well, I don't think the Fantastic Four has a lot of name. I don't want to say name recognition. It doesn't have a big foot space in pop culture right now.
Not as much.
And they
no.
are not going. But the way that Marvel feels about the Fantastic Four, because it's the first family of Marvel, they're going to treat it as such. So I do not be surprised if we have all 4 members be white. I would not be surprised at all, because it took us how many years before we had a black Captain America? Before we finally saw that switch from Steve to whoever it was going to be, whether it was going to be Bucky or Sam or whatever.
Can I say?
I'm saying they don't make those they don't make those changes until much later. You know what I mean?
A casting that I think would actually be brilliant for Sue Storm is Keke Palmer. She was in.
I would like to see.
She
She
was
wants
in
to be
Nope.
Rogue. She wants to do
She
X-Men,
does.
and she wants to be Rogue.
Okay.
And I was like, she would be great as Rogue.
She
I would
could be
love
Rogue,
her
right?
as Rogue.
She could be Rogue. I was saying I want her in the MCU.
She's doing Password now. Do you know that? She's hosting that.
She's also doing like a
Yeah.
thing with Meta. Like, are we there yet?
So let's.
Are
move
we
on.
done and moving on?
Let's talk about some fun.
Let's
stuff.
talk about scabs, baby.
Whoa.
Let's talk about you and me.
Do you
Let's
need
talk
to-
about not doing that,
Oh.
because we would be totally assholes.
Wow.
What?
You know what's funny is we have rumors of. I keep going back to this. But we have rumors of Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. We have rumors of Sue Storm. Nothing on Human Torch. I haven't seen anything about Human Torch, any sort of rumors. We even got Mila Kunis as fucking the thing, but we haven't. Just put The Rock in there.
I honestly,
He's too handsome.
here's my thing about it, and we'll shut the door on this and move
The
on.
Rock, the thing.
No, shut up.
I'm just trying to stretch time. That's all I'm doing.
Why?
I don't know.
Um,
I'm going to stretch
the
that
thing-
time like I'll stretch that.
What? Okay.
I'll eat your ass.
Wow.
What?
Back to you, Chuck.
So
I don't know why you're Chuck, but
I know that when I hear the casting news, the official casting news, that I'm sure that I'm going to be slightly surprised, but I'm probably also going to be pleasantly surprised. And I trust Kevin and all the powers that be over at the MCU. They haven't let me down yet. Well, not totally. But as far as casting goes, they've been really spot on with shit.
yeah.
So, I'm fine with whoever they cast. If it's an all-white family, if it's all,
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if they
no,
just.
but I'm saying, like, I am not one of those people who fucking loses my shit if a white fictional character is cast in a live-action movie, is cast. Or a black actor is cast in that movie to play a white fictional character. Like, I don't get all pissed off. It makes no sense.
The
to me.
2015 movie, I did not. I hated because it sucked.
The what?
The 2015 Fantastic.
Is that the Miles Teller?
Fant 4-stick? Yes.
I watched it,
It's-
but I don't think I made it all the way through.
It's such a
the end
forgettable
of it
movie.
is
My
so
point
stupid,
my
though.
point
Don't they
is
fight him like in the microverse?
It doesn't matter. Point is
fucking dumb.
Michael B. Jordan being Human Torch was not the problem with that movie.
No, it was not.
That's my point.
You know what was the problem? It was fucking Kate Mara's haircuts.
Well, it was apparently Fox meddling with Joshua Trank. He had a lot of.
Did you-
that movie guy got cut to shreds? Because to be honest, the first half of that movie is not
reshoots,
terrible.
yeah. When I
No. The
Right.
first half of that movie wasn't bad. It's the second half that
Well-
was reshot and cut to shit.
Well, I had read that article where somebody was talking about how bad it was, and they were talking about the
At least that's what I.
the hair, Kate Mara's hair, because the continuity wasn't right, because it was reshoots. Most of the movie had been shot with her as having a certain haircut, and then they had to bring a wig in that wasn't right or something. But I don't know if you noticed it, but I remember distinctly when I was watching that I would catch it every time it was a fuck up.
I don't know
'Cause it would
man.
just be
I don't-
like,
I don't remember.
Hey,
any-
how's Kate Mara's hair look in this scene? It looks like shit. This is a reshoot.
No, I don't remember anything from that movie.
I remember, yeah. It was.
Let's move on. WGA,
Fuck you.
the Writers Guild of America, has issued another strike. So yes, they issued a strike at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday. That time was when the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers contracts expired. So interesting thing too. And this has been fun to kind of look at the last few days because there are people like me, I think, and you, that are going to be pro-union in this stance and pro-strike in this stance because these people are just trying to say, hey, what I've been thinking too is we are in a situation where we have talked about on the show before. We are starting to hit critical mass in terms of just overall entertainment with these streamers.
We have too much.
And now because we have so much, we have too much, now there's compensation issues. And they were talking about one of the writers, the writer of The Bear, who it won awards. It won the Golden Globe, I think.
Sure.
And he had a negative balance going to that thing and had to like loan his tux on credit to just go to the fucking awards thing. So that is just a great example of the wage issue and the compensation issue. So just a few statements from the WGA. Quote, the survival of writing as a profession is at stake in this negotiation. Driven in large part by the shift to streaming, writers are finding their work devalued in every part of the business. While companies' profits have remained high and spending on content has grown, writers are falling behind. Again, I think that's another great example of it. Like we were saying, we are hitting a situation where like we've talked about, it is not sustainable. We are hitting a mass, and people only have so much time to watch so many things.
Oh, yeah.
So when your Netflix or your going to be Max in a few weeks, when you're Warner Brothers or whether you're Peacock, Paramount, whatever it is.
Oh, and way to just jump into the fucking fray willy-nilly without thinking about it, MGM Plus, you fucking shitheads. What the fuck? Why, we don't need another separate fucking plus, man.
This is the thing. If you were to buy all these things and add them up, that's way more than what you'd be paying for cable. And the whole point of getting away from this was not dealing with the FCC, seeing content that is more mature, that has swearing and violence and sex and all this other stuff. And it's also this thing of, not kowtowing to a traditional format. You can make episodes that are an hour long or episodes that are 35 minutes.
But see,
things like that.
we have created a really stupid fucking capitalistic
as it always is. Capitalism is always the problem.
Which is that everything, you're in radio and so am I. What pays our salaries, Jake?
Sex. Well, ads.
Advertising. That's what fucking pays us. That's what allows us to be on the air at all. If we don't have advertising, we don't go on the air. And that is fucking stupid. Yeah. As somebody who's in a business that relies on advertising, I fucking hate it. I can't Did I tell you the other day on our station we had an ad for Des Moines Public Schools? They just got their entire funding slashed and cut and fucking moved to vouchers and shit. And they're using what little money they got left to put a fucking ad on the radio. Nobody's moving to Des Moines because they drove through and heard that fucking ad. I got to get my kids in this public school, you fucking idiots.
Well, you just kind of devalue your profession there.
What?
You just devalued your profession.
Mine?
Because you're saying, what's the point of making an ad? Nobody's going to...
No, I'm talking about, that's an entirely separate vent. Anyway. But I do not like that I have to rely on advertising in my profession. And if I was a touring musician, I would have to have somebody sponsor it so that I could go out and do it.
But I'm also coming at it from an angle from my personal experience of having a family. You only have so much time you can dedicate. First of all, as a parent, you only get so much time yourself of screen time. But on top of that, it is you only have so much time at night to watch a show with your spouse or by yourself or whatever. Before you have to get up and go to work and take the kids to school or daycare, whatever the case may be. So you don't have time to watch all of these shows. And by the time you might get invested in the show, it's canceled. And then that writer is out of work because it didn't meet the numbers they wanted to stream which not everyone is going to. It's the same. It's an example of why capitalism doesn't work.
It's the same example of MCU.
Let me do you a fucking favor. Okay. If you're listening to this right now, and if you're mad at me attacking capitalism, turn it off. Because I'm sorry, I'm not going to defend a system that is broken. And it costs. And by the way, the average person that would listen to this, that works an average 40-hour week, like myself and you, the system is designed to keep you poor. The system is designed to put its boot on your throat, and we are seeing what is happening. These companies, again, how does it make sense that all of these executives have had to lay off thousands of employees, but still make profit and still put more money and put millions of dollars of raises in their pocket. When a system creates that, it is broken. And this is why the strike is important, because workers should always be the control of means and production. If you want to call me a fucking commie socialist, I don't give a shit.
Well, no, dude.
No, your label doesn't matter to me
Right.
because socialism is a word and communism is a word that people hate, but they fucking love benefited from it. So shut up. Because I guarantee you benefit from some sort of socialism or
Yes,
some
you
sort of
fucking
government
do.
system.
If you live in America.
Especially you rich motherfuckers.
Oh,
and I
boy.
know you do.
Oh, boy.
Ask Elon Musk where he gets all his fucking money.
See,
from.
trust me, socialism is built for the rich, and that's why they tell us it's bad.
Yes.
Because they don't want us to
Because they-
reap the benefits of it, which it's designed to help us.
And then they get pissy when
I don't think there should be any billionaires.
he's right. There should not be billionaires in this country. If you truly want to be free, we'll have no billionaires because everybody and this strike is all they're trying to trying to say with this strike.
Let me just break it down. Even like, I've thought of a way to break this down in so many fucking ways, or for so long. And I have never really risen above the level, and I've never wanted to, of like middle management. Why? Because I have no desire to be a part of that system. I just don't. I don't care about the extra pay. I don't care about the benefits, extra vacation. Fucking I don't give a shit. Why? I want to be on the ground. I want to be the low totem on the pole, whatever. But let me just say this. Everywhere that I've worked, be it in an office, in a retail environment, in a restaurant, whatever, as a taxi driver, in radio, in TV, let me just say, the people that make the decisions never fucking ask the people with boots on the ground if it's a good idea before they make changes. And then everything gets fucked up, and who gets blamed? The people with boots on the ground because they're not fucking implementing it properly. And it's fucking stupid. It's just, it drives me nuts. And if you want to call it communism or whatever, it's stupid. We should be telling you how to change things because we're the ones who experience it and are frustrated by it every fucking day.
Well, the
It's
workers,
insane. And they haven't, nobody ever says.
no CEO or no billionaire ever gets exploited.
Yeah.
It's always the
I got a survey at my full-time
Jeff
job today. I'm
Bezos-
like, what the fuck is the point of this? You're not going to listen to me.
Jeff Bezos.
Pissy.
Jeff Bezos is never going to have any sort of it's like we talked about with what Jesse Ventura said. No human being on this planet Earth works enough to make $1 billion.
No.
And they shouldn't.
And he's never going to have a
And you
reason
shouldn't.
to need that much.
But you talk about, you think Jeff Bezos or you think Elon Musk or fucking Mark Zuckerberg is going to listen to anything that those people that are doing the work, that are working in the factories or the engineers or whoever they may be, they're not going to listen to them.
No.
And this is a great example of saying, well, like, what about, okay, this is just saying we want more compensation. We want a better situation. That's all it is. And people that are pushing back against this but they're coming from it from their stupid, God, everything's got to be woke angle. Their angle is that if they made better content, they'd get paid more, or if they made better content, things wouldn't get canceled. And again, I'm sorry, there's 24 hours in a day, every fucking day. And you, as a human being, if you truly get your 8 hours of sleep, have how many hours left in your day? You got what? Do the math for me. 16 hours for the rest of your day. Now take another 8 hours out of that for your job, and then take however many hours you have if you have a family, however you do that. Or, if that's not the case, even then, out of your 24 hours, you have spent 16 of them. 8 sleeping, 8 working. So now you only have that finite amount of time to watch what you want to watch.
So Elon's
what I mean?
got this thing on Twitter today where he's
for me, it's
talking
time.
about how angry he is that there's not enough breeding going on. And let me just tell you something, Elon, you fucking schmuck. All you want is a fucking cheap labor force, you piece of fucking garbage, okay? Here's what's going on. We have too many people in the world. Do you know how many people are begging to be on TV and write for TV and direct for TV and produce for TV and be in TV and be in radio and on and fucking on? I'm just saying, there's a reason why we have so many options because there's so many people with stories to tell. I don't have a problem with that, but at some point, not everybody's story is going to be heard.
Well,
there's too many stories.
It's not the
to pick
in
from.
my opinion. I get what you're saying, and you're right. It's great, and that's what I also think is what's great about it. We have all these streaming services. You don't have to pay for every one of them, but there are opportunities to see a lot of great shows and great things, and take chances on shows that you probably wouldn't have seen, right?
Sure.
And I agree with you. But again, it is that balance of time in what you want to
It's not
seek out.
sustainable,
But at the
yeah.
same time, you don't need to fucking balloon these shows up to Hollywood movie level budgets. When you hear about fucking Rings of Power for Amazon, how it's the most expensive show ever made. It was like $500 million or some shit like that. No, but I'm just saying. And then they pay the writers peanuts because they can, because they have to, renegotiate contracts and consider like. Streaming is something that has changed entertainment, and it's a situation of you have to figure out how that compensation is going to work. Another quote from the WGA, quote, "The companies have used the transition to streaming to cut writer pay and separate writing from production, worsening working conditions for the series writers at all levels," end quote. How many times have we heard from these different companies where showrunners leave after a season or certain writers leave? It happens. It used to happen all the time.
Yeah.
Or it happened before, but now you also see it happen here. Well, shit. House of the Dragon, the first season does great for HBO. Does great, gets a second season, and after they announce a second season, the showrunner leaves. And I'm sure it was some sort of compensation issue. It has to be. One of the great things that come out of this, CNN did an interview with Adam Condova, I believe is his name. Adam Ruins Everything. He used to have that True TV show. He also has a show called The G Word on Netflix. He is taking part in the strike, and he was asked about it, and he said, David Zaslav, who owns this company, who owns CNN, while he's on CNN, he says this. He says he made $250 million last year. That is worth 10,000 of us writers collectively is how much that would be. It doesn't make sense. It's bullshit. It's pretty much what he was saying. And it's true. You got a guy like Zaslav who, the axe of Zaslav, as some losers would say on the internet, decides to slash and cut and hack and cut all
in
this.
a positive way?
Gets rid of all this stuff on HBO. Takes these things off the streaming platform. See all these things out. Sure. Batman Caped Crusader, they're probably going to make a good amount of money on Amazon from licensing that. I'm sure they make money because I've seen Warner Brothers stuff on other platforms. I understand that. But like to see how he is just thrown away.
Did we tell people what we found on the internet, by the way, or on Peacock?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there some point someday. The point is, what I'm trying to drive at is like he has made decisions that, again, could be good, could maybe consider good business decisions in the long run.
Sure.
But this is what happens when you let capitalism and corporatism infect your art. And one of the few times I ever agree with Nerdrotic is when he says this is a problem of turning art into content. I agree with that. I think there's some sort of agreement there.
Absolutely, yeah. Of course.
And that's just the world we live in. And I think this has become and now whether these companies like to
what are we turning? We're turning content into art.
Yeah, I guess. But what we're seeing
Think about all the podcasts out there. We also got podcasts to listen to.
We're finally seeing again a pushback because the last time we had it was in 2007. And let me tell you, the Geico Cavemen got their own TV show in that writer's strike situation. So I'm just saying, Heroes. Everybody keeps talking about how Heroes turned out because of the writer's strike. I'm just saying you better fix this situation.
Heroes was so good, and then the fucking writer's strike in season 2 was like, oh,
of course,
why?
Yeah. I'm always going to be on the side of the worker. I will always be pro-union. And people will be like, well, that's because you don't have a business. You don't run a business. No. I care about people. And like it or not,
if you're running a quote unquote successful business, but you still can't pay your people a living wage, it's not successful.
If you can't run a business without exploiting your workers,
then you shouldn't be in business.
You shouldn't be in business.
You shouldn't be in business.
Well, you would say that's the American way, and I'm like, yeah, but that's why we're trying to stop that. Because
that makes you a fucking commie and get out of my country.
I hate this idea that
you're not a patriot.
On top of the pay situation, most job situations, it's like you get punished for daring to have a family.
Oh
you
my
get
God,
punished
yes.
for daring to spend time
How
outside
come
of the
you're
workplace.
taking time off, man? What am I supposed to do with your job?
Oh, you got to take time off because your kid's sick. Fuck you.
Dude, a couple weeks ago, I called in sick, and they were like, yeah, so you're going to make up those hours later this week, which I've never had happen at a retail place. And I was like, I guess Friday, which I really couldn't, but I did. And this week on Monday, I was sick as a dog. Like, I had some serious sinus issues, but I went into work anyway. Why? Because I have Saturday off this week so we can do the DemiCon. And I know if I would have called in on Monday, they would have been like, what day can you work this week?
Yeah.
And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? In 2023, I have to fucking justify not coming into work and infecting others?
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, man.
Way to go, capitalism. All about coulda, not shoulda.
Wow. Tyler, before we get to our other segments.
No!
Wow. You want to talk about the Dune 2 trailer? What'd you think, buddy? Tell me about it. Because I watched it too. I thought it was cool. I thought it was like, ooh.
Did you not hear me on the couch up there?
Yeah. He just kept screaming at his phone.
Dude.
Dude, the build up to him riding the worm was pretty sick. That was awesome.
I know that
Like
there's going to be people on the internet
shooting
like,
of the-
way to go show it, man.
But this is what I loved about the first one and what Villeneuve did with the first one and what he's doing here. Is he's really like getting in the nitty gritty of the tech of the world, which is very important, as you've told me.
Yes.
Because of the idea of like, we have human computers because technology, all that shit. But to see like how the technology of the harpoons work to fucking hook the sandworms was so awesome. I was like, and it's like a slight thing in the trailer, but to see how it works and how they do that,
it's even cooler
and then
like
see
that.
Javier
It's even-
Bardem being like, he did it.
It's even cooler like that than that. The sandworms are scaled, okay? They have
Yeah.
scales. And underneath the scales is a pink fleshy substance, okay?
It's like a video game. Like,
Okay.
you gotta get the little thing, you know?
Well, you get the hook under a scale and it hooks it up, and then
it's-
the
yeah.
sand gets so you hook it. Then as the worm turns to get that fleshy part away from the grating sand, your hook's in it and it pulls you up to the top, and then you hook it again and it stays like that. It keeps the fleshy stuff where you got your hooks to ride it up top,
Yeah.
and you
So
ride
it's
it.
like it rains. Like rain, so you're riding a horse. But it's a worm. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff.
Fade Routha looks fucking cool as fuck. I mean, just the whole fuck. Look, a week ago I poo-pooed it, but honestly,
Well, yeah, because that wasn't a real
that
trailer.
first it wasn't. No, I didn't fucking think so.
Well, I didn't watch as far as you did. I think I was like, I got the gist. But you know what I thought?
so
I was like, wait a
mad.
minute, haven't I seen this
I was
footage?
so mad, dude. I was like, this is fucking like cut up from the first movie. You sons of bit, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the one that came out today, holy shit balls. I metaphysically am turgid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh gosh.
What?
I left my body. It was
Do
like
you want me to say it like in basic terms?
yeah, like a normal
I got
person.
a bone. I got a metaphysical boner.
Just say that, man.
Okay.
Don't be above talking about your dick, okay?
I never am. You never have been before.
Never have been before.
Never talk about my dick in public.
I hope not. It'd be very
It
unpleasant.
depends.
Hey man, how's that taco? Have you seen my dick? It just always just out
Hey,
of
do you
nowhere.
do you think you can help me find this? Sure. After I that's weird. I was
After
gonna
you
say,
what?
After I show you my but that's weird.
Well, I would say it was fine, but you said it was
That's
weird.
why I stopped. Yeah.
How is that even? I don't know that logic.
Have I told you about my dick? Have I told you about it?
I'll eat your ass.
That's what that guy says when you tell him about his penis.
That's nice.
And then you say,
$1 million, bitch.
which I feel like is a big price, but
Where are we going again?
Dune was what we were talking about. But I thought we were
Dune.
okay. We should try and see that one in the theater.
We are
The
going to see.
theater.
We are going to see. I'm going to see Guardians.
No,
I
you're not.
got my ticket on
I
Saturday.
ripped it
night.
up and threw it out.
That's weird because it's on the internet.
a digital
one. I can do
that.
You dick.
I messed up the QR code so they can't scan it. That's what I did. I'm gonna try and see it with my wife on Saturday. We'll see how that goes. That's the beauty of grandparents. They always like to babysit. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna come. Yeah.
Well, I like how you're like, I'll fucking go by myself, I guess.
No, I don't
No,
mind.
you knew you were going. Like, I'm out of town.
I
so
thought we had talked about it that she wanted.
we don't need to discuss it on
Right.
the air, but
But I thought we had talked about it where, for various reasons, we weren't going to see this one together.
yeah.
Which was fine. So I knew that, and I have the whole weekend off, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're gonna see it.
Yeah.
So the review was gonna be later than it has been, just because again our record schedule has changed to be more during the week. So
and anybody tuning in to be like, I got to get the hot scoop on the newest movie.
Yeah, I don't
You're
think they're coming to us.
wrong
All
place.
10 of our listeners, we love you. So Tyler, I want to before we get to the end of this, can I pitch you something?
Mhm.
Because you talked about it earlier. On Peacock, I found. I don't know how.
Oh, yes,
this
yes,
stumbled
yes,
into
yes,
my algorithm,
yes,
but
yes.
I found RoboCop.
I didn't even know this existed.
It's a live-action RoboCop TV series, and let me tell you, I haven't watched any
No,
of
it's
it.
the series you said, or is it
It's
Prime
just
Directives?
RoboCop the series, not Prime Directives. It's just called the series. So
Okay.
it could be Prime Directives rolled into this. I don't know. There's like it has one season. It's
No,
like 22 episodes.
There's two different live.
know.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
'Kay.
'Cause I
So we think it's the one that was created that's more family friendly. Because Prime Directives is not.
I really think.
But
they've-
the series, his wife and kid come back into the picture, dude.
Oh God.
Yes.
I want to do a
You
series.
didn't read the synopsis on
No. Why would
Wiki?
I? Why would I
Oh!
spoil it for myself?
I didn't
I want
spoil
to.
it.
I want to
I
experience.
wanted
this
to
live.
see what the big deal was, like what the thing was.
I don't
want to
I
experience
want
it.
to. I would.
It's gonna be bad.
I want to do a review of it, because it's
should.
22 episodes. That's the problem, and I think they're all like fucking 45 minutes, and I'm like, why do I have to sit through this? So I feel like if we like did it in chunks, like we did like the first 11 and the last 11, and like spaced it out, because I don't know if I could fucking sit down and watch all of that at once.
You know, I don't want to watch Lost again. Yeah.
Fine. Well, do me a favor. We'll watch the first. Well, you'll sit down. We'll say we'll watch the first 3 episodes. After those first 3 episodes, we do a review, and then we say, hey, whether or not we go for the next 19.
Every week after that, it's time. The
I
next.
think like this
we're
should
just
be the
gonna-
week that we drop
So
out.
should I make a RoboCop the series sounder so we can have like a segment for 22 weeks?
20.
I'm sorry, 20 weeks.
Well, I feel like if it's also on Tubi, I guess. Oh no, I'm sorry. RoboCop is what I typed in, not RoboCop the series. I just want to see to make sure and see how many fucking episodes.
I put in RoboCap.
RoboCappy.
And it took me to sharper image.
1994 is when this came out, so this is post RoboCop 3 even.
Right. So it's like I said, like what's
Shit, 22 episodes is 21 plus the pilot. Shitty. Runtime. Is it 30? Please God, let it be.
No.
44 minutes.
you know it's gonna be. Is that just the first one though?
This is 22 hours of my life. I don't know if I can give this shit.
Dude, I don't have a
Again-
family to deal to like, you know.
Again,
pay
that's why I'm
attention to it.
saying-
I don't want to waste 22
That's what I'm
hours of my
saying. We
life.
do like a.
Let's do
The first episode is 90 minutes because it's 2 episodes in one. It's a 2-parter.
Okay, you know what? No,
Okay.
we're starting with the first, and that's it. Because it's
Oh.
90 fucking minutes,
Oh, wait,
dude.
but hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
What are there 2? Are you telling me there's 2 stories per episode? Because it says episode 3 is prime suspect, first suspect. Is that like?
God damn
Are we
it.
gonna get
God
like
damn it.
2 20-minute stories rolled into one?
God damn it.
When a televangelist,
I don't wanna do this
hey,
anymore.
Listen to the description of
Okay.
episode 3 though.
Okay.
When televangelist Reverend Bob Taker is killed and the murder weapon is RoboCop's gun, he is arrested and placed on trial. He has an alibi which he refuses to divulge, so he's about to be deactivated. 3rd episode, we're going for it, man.
Fine.
But the thing is, the fucking writers for the pilot were the guys that wrote the movie. So maybe the pilot's good.
I know, but
And then the rest of it's bad. So, by the way, Madigan, what the fuck is the name Madigan? So RoboCop and Madigan undercover a conspiracy by an insane genius and an OCP executive develop a computer linked to a human brain designed to run the entire city. That's the first 2 episodes. Where does it go from? I kind of want to watch
Where
it.
does it go from here? Now that all
okay.
of our kids are growing up.
Is Paul Shapiro related to Ben Shapiro? Maybe that's the problem.
I don't think so.
So this what's funny too is this one got picked up mid-season because the original air date is March 14th. So that's a replacement show. Because
they're like, shit, what do we got? That's it? Oh, Christ. Okay.
and then they're like, you know what's really gonna work for us being in the hot, dead summer? Like half this season is in June, in July, September. How long does this thing go? But man,
how did it last? It was a Fox show, wasn't it?
It
was on Fox, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. So there was like.
You got to assume it had to have been Fox.
What?
To last that
Episode
long.
14, RoboCop versus Commander Cash. Children are rioting and stealing all over the city as RoboCop faces his most formidable opponent, a nutcase who believes he's a real-life version of OCP's superhero, Commander Cash. Dude, I kind of want to watch this show. Okay. Can we make it a? Let's. You're
Yes.
right. We'll watch the first 2 episodes.
Okay, because it's
For
a
sure.
two-parter, right?
Yeah, and I think it's
Okay.
like 90 minutes or some shit.
Right.
So we'll watch that, and then we'll decide. And I think what we should do is, because I got a real strong feeling that none of these fucking episodes are connected in any way, that we just do like a roulette. And we just do like a random number generator, and then wherever we land on. So we would go from like.
Right.
We would do 1 to 19. So number 1 would actually be like episode number 3 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We should do something like that because I want to do, dude. If I can make more RoboCop content, I will do it.
Yes.
And hopefully at some point we can do videos so I can wear my RoboCop shirt that says "Your Move, Creep."
There's a villain in this series
Pud
called
face?
Yes, but there's another one called Dr. Cray Z.
Dude,
Mayardo.
Dude, Roddy Piper fucking shows up on this show.
What?
As Tex Jones.
What the fuck?
He's a formerly
Clean living,
Validator
validated audio-visual research scientist with a flair for art.
We've got to watch this show. At the very least, we got to watch the Roddy Piper episode.
Jones is also the original creator of Commander Cash.
He's
so it
on
rolls into
episode 14. We got to watch it.
Gotta watch
it's a
it.
given. Holy shit, dude. Who is?
I can't. Don't read anymore because it's gonna ruin the plot of the show.
Richard Eden. Is that the guy who was the RoboCop in the third one?
No, that's Robert Burke.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Robert Burke's been in a lot of shit. You'd recognize him. He was in Thinner.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was his first role. Was RoboCop. His first major movie role.
Oh,
It's like, way to go, dude.
Richard.
Way to turn that into something good because that was not a good movie.
Oh, they got beloved Canadian actor Richard Eden to be fucking RoboCop. This guy doesn't have the chin for a RoboCop helmet.
Well, it's built. They built the helmet for him.
No shit. Look on your face. Because I think you were so shocked at how deadpan that was. Yeah, no shit.
I just like rolling my eyes.
I just like.
I find myself rolling my eyes better when I'm with you.
So again, we're in agreement. Do we do it next week? When are we doing RoboCop? Because we got to do Guardians next week. At some point, we'll talk. We should talk about this.
Let's put this.
I want to watch it right now. I'm fucking fired up.
On air. We're gonna do this.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll have
After the show.
if either one of us, if we both get a chance to watch it before next week, we'll do it. If
Okay.
not, we're gonna give ourselves 2 weeks.
We'll watch. Yeah, we'll get it when we get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can.
We have to watch it before 2 weeks from now, but not next week because that's a little.
We're mostly going to be talking about Guardians. Most
Just
likely.
saying, just give ourselves a little less pressure.
I'll probably try.
You know, I'm watching it tonight. When
I
get
know,
home.
right? I'm going to take notes. I want to write down some notes because God. But this is the thing.
We're not even gonna wait till next week.
This is the thing. As a RoboCop,
This
it's like
Saturday, we'll be like, dude, RoboCop the series
as like
is
the
awesome.
one of the biggest RoboCop fans I know myself.
That's how we became friends. We
yeah.
started talking about
Because-
RoboCop.
Yeah. Man, and you know what's funny is what really makes me laugh is like Verhoeven projects don't work without him. Those Starship Troopers
really
movies,
don't.
those sequels, just do not work without him. They just don't.
Because they missed the point of the original.
But that's the thing. Ed Neumeyer, the guy that wrote RoboCop, wrote Starship Troopers. He wrote some of those sequels. I'm like, how did it get lost in? Because you didn't have Verhoeven there to screen.
Right. I mean, you have to have
The
a whole
fucking
team.
bugs.
You have
You
to have a whole team.
Watch those fucking bugs. No, that's he's like, they're coming to bite you. Have you seen how he directs? Like, no wonder him and Arnold get along so well. The way they fucking talk. Show me your lead. If you see, I started watching Barry too, but let's move on to the segment that is sponsored. I don't want to say it because it spoils it.
So yeah,
spoils the.
so we'll pause it.
No, well, I
Because you got to read it.
Oh, okay. Put me on blast.
Well, I'm saying we got to pause.
Should I play it and then read it?
It's up to you.
Because I like you screaming at me to read it.
Man, fucking read it.
Get the swearing out now.
At least you remembered almost to bring it to work today.
Brilliant!
I
thought that was it. And when I heard brilliant, that fucked me up, man. I was like, whoa.
I personally I like the Guinness one more. Maybe I should have got that one. But you know what I thought? Because I was like, I'm gonna read it on my lunch break.
Yeah, no.
And then I had,
made
and then
sense.
I
but
was in my
I've
car
done that.
about halfway to work.
I've done that.
And I was just like,
Brilliant!
because I had forgotten the book.
You get what you pay for.
And then yeah.
I got what I paid for.
Why do we have Paul Giamatti like his worst
Because
role?
Paul Giamatti is a fucking treasure.
He's a
goddamn.
fucking
And
goddamn.
when you get Paul Giamatti,
I got what I paid for.
yeah,
you fucking
you
did
got
all
a
right.
powerhouse performance is what you got. He's goddamn
Brilliant!
Oscar bait. Oscar bait.
I tell you what, if I ever met him,
I'll eat your ass.
Wow.
and then he'd be like,
Yes.
let's get to booking.
Let's do it.
Let's get to booking.
Let's get to booking. Booking.
All right.
Yeah.
Special shout out to your mother. No, I'm just special I don't know. Shout out to Mayhem Comics for hooking us up again, as they do every week, for the Mayhem Comic of the Week. Tyler,
Right off the bat.
what? I don't think there's anything wrong with what I said. What are we talking about this week?
We're talking about Silence, track one
Silence.
by Devin Kraft.
You're still talking.
Science. Da, 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 da.
No,
Science.
Devin Kraft's Silence, track number 1.
Mhm.
It's a Kickstarter book.
Mhm.
So that's really
I don't know
cool.
if you noticed, but the printing is really interesting on this. Like you can feel the words, the letters.
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting printing.
Well, it's like a little bit of a raised font.
Yeah, like some of the lines themselves.
That's something.
It's interesting artwork.
I hate the artwork. I'm kidding. No, honest opinion of it. I think it's a really interesting story. Yeah. I talk a lot about the art on these, but I want to talk about the story in the sense of it is sad.
It's a story about
It's
loss.
a very sad story about grief and loss, and it doesn't. It's such a weird flip of the switch because it starts off as like this big thing. They're on this submarine and
Right.
they're about to face this big storm, and they're like, "Let's just fucking rock." And they're with Jackie from Jackie and the Rippers, which is a great name for a band. Jackie
And then
the
it
Rippers.
just goes into backstory.
And then it gets in right into exposition. So yeah, that is an issue for me. Is like instead of I don't have an issue with telling and we don't know if that'll be the end of the story, but telling where this story ends up at the beginning. Very common story mechanics, very common thing. Right. But it does kind of like weirdly screech it down to a halt, and then it gets really sad.
Yeah.
Like the tone shifts. I don't want to say quickly, but it does shift, and it slowly leads to that because then we find out, oh, her mom's dead. Oh, we also find out that clearly, and it's funny because to me, I think it's going to be a story based on what I've seen in this. Is it's going to be a story about loss, like you talked about, and it's going to be a story about how her father never really dealt with the loss of her mother, and she does something brash and.
But it's clearly
does
like
something
wrapped up in music too.
But
I mean,
she does something brash, and she does something that what's the word I'm thinking for? On impulse.
Impulsive.
Because she didn't properly deal
Didn't listen
with
to the adults.
his potential death or his potential grief of him dying.
If you're gonna call your first issue track 1, and there's a guitar on the cover, music is a pretty big part of this book. It's clear.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the note is what gives her the flashback. They start playing, and then
Mhm.
she said that she subconsciously started playing the song that her dad played.
Yeah.
But
the art is interesting. It's not. It's a lot. We've done a few fantasy books in this segment so far, and some of those have had kind of a cartoony drawings or art style.
Yeah.
This one is sort of cartoony, but it's more realistic, I guess. But it's very derivative.
yeah.
It
It looks like an animated show.
It
looks like
does.
something you'd watch on Adult Swim.
It
or
does.
something.
It does a little bit. Yeah. It's it's. I don't know if I love it. I do like it. It's pleasing. It's not. It works for the story. But I think just to me, like, I see the cover and everything, and I'm like, well, this is just made for me. And then I read through it, and I thought that was a comet.
Yeah, I thought they were in space at first, which was
Yeah.
kind of an interesting
Yeah.
like flip of perspective on it.
Yeah. And
Which again, it adds
yeah.
to the ocean feeling like space, where there's so much of it.
So it's art. It's
Wide
art.
open
It's
space.
music. It's art. It's music. It's sirens. It's fantasy. There's a lot going on in this book, and I recommend it.
That I thought that was going to be a lot more negative than how it turned out.
I don't know how
It's a mismatch of
how
genres,
dense
for sure.
the story's gonna. Yeah.
Well,
not
and
quite
we-
sure where you're going.
The tease is like that it was a siren at the end of the book, and it's like, okay, are we going in the supernatural thing? Which I think again,
well, clearly,
the
like the engine of the
sirens- yeah.
submarine is like there's clearly fantasy elements. I mean, the map in the beginning of the book is like I don't know where that is.
Yeah. Well,
The
and
map in the beginning is what is it? Port Town Anthem, Hades Hexagon, and Cauldron. I don't know where those are.
that's all made up, all fictional places.
But it sounds like it sounds like a kind of a dystopian fantasy future a little bit.
Well, yeah, because the town is
Near future.
run by one woman in a monopoly because it was a tourist attraction, music town, and then it kind of died out, and then it got a resurgence. And there's some stuff going on there. I mean, I do think there are some things where I'm like, wow, that was kind of a. But again, I think that adds to this character. Do they ever even say her name?
I don't know.
They even say the character's
I
name.
don't know.
But it adds to her like brash decision making and her not just giving into her impulses.
Johanna.
Because her first decision is to slap Penny Love, who is the lady that's running the business, that sent her a letter saying, hey, your dad's ship was lost at sea. He's dead. Pretty much. She doesn't say he's dead, but usually in that case, that's what it means.
Generally,
lost
they
at sea.
believe that the Hades Hexagon is like the
Bermuda Triangle. Yeah.
which,
Nobody ever
yeah,
talks about that anymore.
It's,
The Bermuda Triangle. Maybe because nobody can talk about it, man. Nobody even thinks about that. Think about it.
think about it.
It's a good book. I would recommend it as
Yeah.
well. I think that like you, I would have preferred more time with Jackie and the Rippers and that whole setup. But I imagine there'll be payoff later in the story. But I think it is effective at making it did a great job of being effective in making me sad, in a sense of like, well, she leaves and then her dad dies, and there is a lot of relatability to that, in a sense of she was getting away from her dad because, again, back to what I was saying, the cycle of the grief of like him singing to her every night, I think was something that was like a sweet sentiment, but after a while she just was like, I don't want to be here anymore because you clearly never got over or you never truly dealt with mom and what happened with mom. And it's he's almost OCD the way she describes him.
Right.
Like he's got to have the same salmon and eggs every day. Then he goes to work, and then that's it.
I'm a big fan of just what it took to put this out. For this one person to write and draw this whole thing,
And tell probably a very personal story.
but it seems like it, yeah. And they've obviously taken a very personal story and added elements of like fantasy and near future and to kind of tell their personal story, which is the way all great art is. All great art is personal, and you add stuff to
Well, and I think it kind of resonated with
Embellish.
me a little bit because I understand where her character is coming from, because she refuses to believe that he's dead. She thinks he's just lost and she can find him. But I can relate to a certain extent because I think deep down she knows he's dead. Or deep down she knows.
It might turn out that he is.
Or maybe he's not. But I think deep down, yeah, she has that feeling of he's gone. And as someone who has experienced that where their parent passed and they weren't there, I understand that level of like the unfairness of it and like her like this can't be real, this can't be possible, this is not fair, you know. So again, that struck a chord with me on a different level, and I thought that was an interesting approach. But again, it just seemed
Well,
I don't think we spent enough time with the father, in my opinion. But then again, he's still the MacGuffin. He's still what's driving. He's the catalyst for all of it.
You and I get along. You and I kind of bonded over our dad issues, kind of. I mean, my dad is still alive, but I don't have a relationship with him, and he is very tied into my music because I started playing violin back in elementary school, and that helped me when he taught me how to play guitar. And so I have a complicated relationship with my dad. And so that kind of resonated with me on another level, like you're talking about, because, he's gone. To her, he's gone. And to me, he's gone a lot. But the one thing that we have is that music. When I think about my dad, I know that there's that bond over music, whether or not it's whether or not him and I are ever gonna be best friends or not is probably not, but yeah. So that was our segment, Dad Issues.
There's a very personal thing. I was about to play a drop and I didn't know how you'd respond to it.
What?
So
Play it.
I was gonna be like, well,
I got what I paid for.
I don't know how that I didn't pay for anything.
But yeah, thanks again to Mayhem Comics.
James and Katie over at Mayhem. They've actually. So here's something really funny because they used to have it out. I came in for the first month. I'd say I came in at the same time because I didn't have a daytime job. So I would go in on Wednesday, 12, 1 o'clock, something like that. And I work every Wednesday now, so I go in there when I can, usually after work. And today, some days, it's like after 5. So, and there were a couple of days when I went in on Wednesday when either one or both wasn't there. So they actually started just putting it aside as soon as they open on Wednesday. So whenever I come by, it's ready.
Well, there you go. Once again,
which is pretty awesome. So thank you guys.
Big thanks to Mayhem. We're not doing it next week. We'll get to that after the drop. But what I mean by that is we're going to be talking about Carter's book next week. Mm-hmm. Instead of doing the Mayhem comic, we're going to dedicate that segment to Carter's book. So yeah, that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. Like I said, maybe I'll get a signed copy. Who knows? Yeah. But what if I don't like it? And then he makes me a signed copy, then I'm going to feel real bad. No. I mean, if your brother is anything like you, I will probably like it. So
yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, he's imagine me, but more responsible and more.
So an adult,
basically.
What?
Does it mean? I don't know. Is it?
No, it's about.
Would you say it's
Brilliant?
I think because I'm the younger kid that I've been able to get away with more fuck ups, and
I'm glad we got out of that segment. You said
no, but I'm saying
yeah.
I think he's always kind of felt a responsibility to take care of me also.
Yeah.
So I think I have way more leeway than he does, real or imagined. Does that make sense?
I guess. I don't know.
I have a lot more. I have a lot more leeway to be childish than he does.
Okay, well,
and that leeway,
Tyler,
whether that be
we haven't done it in a while. Long.
Rocking the box.
I got what I paid for.
I thought I could do that in the effect, but it didn't work.
Shoot.
I'm sorry.
Do it again.
I got what I paid for.
Oh, kinda. In the very little bit.
Son of a bitch.
Bitch. Throw my phone against the wall. Piece of shit.
Is it still doing it?
Tyler, we're doing the
I
long
think it's-
box.
Okay.
What are we doing? What are we doing today? Who's going first? Is it me? Is it you?
I don't care.
You don't even have one.
You're the first. Yes, I do.
You know what? You go first, because I can't fucking handle this Gary Chandelier.
What the fuck is your problem?
Gary Shandling, R.I.P.
Jesus.
I was trying to make fun of his name. They're like, well, he's dead. You shouldn't.
So Gary Shandling is one of the premier comics of the 80s. He came up. He actually started writing for. What the fuck was it? Shit.
Off to a great start, Tyler.
No, because I didn't know this about him, but he started writing for like comedy shows and comedians out in L.A. and he's from.
That's how Judd Apatow.
He's from
got
Arizona, and
Did you know
his brother died. When he was 10 and his brother was 13, his brother had cystic fibrosis,
Damn.
and his mom kind of went crazy a little bit. So, but here's something I didn't know
that's
about
why.
him.
That's why he's a good comedian.
He was way into like health food and like all of these probiotics and all that stuff, like way back in the 70s and shit. So like he's always been but he started making these diaries. He started journaling. And he has like 30 years of like all these journals and stuff to take from for this 2-part. It's like 5 hours basically. But Judd Apatow,
oh yeah, it's on HBO.
who was one of the writers on the Larry Sanders Show, and basically for a time his Hollywood mom and dad were Gary and his
Well, Judd
girlfriend.
Apatow did the same thing he did. Judd Apatow would write jokes for Adam Sandler and shit like that, and like so he was kind of just writing jokes for people at the time.
But he got his start.
I want to clarify what I said.
Apatow was also a stand-up.
I want to
of his own.
I want to clarify his brother dying and his mom going crazy. I said that's why he's a good comic. It's true. The best comedians come from very shitty childhoods.
Well, I watched it's called The Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling, and here's the thing. I was a big fan when I was a kid. It started on Showtime, which I didn't know. I always thought it was on Fox. But back when Fox started, it was like 4 or 5 shows, and none of them were Simpsons. And they were
Tracy Ullman Show.
Yes, that was one of the shows.
That's
and then
where
there
the
was
Simpsons got the start.
there was a couple of sitcoms, and one of them was It's Gary Shandling's Show. And from what I understand now, they were reruns from a Showtime show that Fox had purchased to fill time. But I remember watching it, and I loved it because it was so out there compared to any other sitcom, because he knew he was a TV character. And he would say things to the audience, and he would go out like into the audience, and he would go behind the cameras and stuff sometimes and be like, okay, let's speed this up or whatever. It's a great, groundbreaking show.
Yeah.
And
It's like when Daffy Duck fought the guy with the eraser.
the Larry Sanders Show is also a groundbreaking show in a lot of ways, and he was a part of that. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I've been as I've gotten older, I've tried to be more and more mindful of my moods, of my temperament, of my state of mind, of my mental health. I've been trying to be more mindful of it so I don't like lose my shit or, fly off the handle or whatever, Now,
Fuck you.
yeah. I'm not somebody I'm not violent. I've never have been, but I yell and I scream and I'm an ass. I'm a jackass. When I lose my shit, I'm a complete jackass.
That's a drop, by the way.
And God forbid if anybody ever sees it or has to experience it, And I just don't want to. I don't want it to be part of my life. And I've already, like I said, been practicing this being mindful. And that is literally just knowing how you are inside and just being aware, like if a flare-up's coming or whatever, you deal with it before it comes so you don't fly off the handle and then feel bad about it later. You deal with it. You deal with those feelings. Why am I pissed? Do I need to be pissed? No? Then okay, move on. Let's have a good day. And I find this thing on Hulu. On HBO Max. And it's great because...
Excuse you, it's just Max.
Whatever. But it's great because I had just purchased a couple of the episodes of It's Gary Shandling's Show on Prime. And just so I could watch it again, remember what it was like. And then I found this thing, so now I'm going to start watching the Larry Sanders Show. But the point is that I'm learning a lot about this comedian who I thought I knew a lot about, but I didn't. And it's a really revealing look. Like Jim Carrey's in it, talking about Bob Saget is in it. Like all these great comedians that we love, like are just great friends with Shandling and all this. And it's just really, it's enhanced how I've already started living my life with this mantra of mindfulness.
That's what I think of these.
Only when I'm watching Beavis and Butthead.
That's what I think of these
Did
liberal
you see this week's
cucks.
episode, by the way?
I haven't been
You
watching.
fucking idiot. Anyway.
We literally started the show talking about how much time we have. This is cutting out a day to watch stuff to do
Right.
this podcast.
God damn it.
I could be watching Ted Lasso right now.
No, but it's just awesome that like this somehow came about around the same time that I've already been living my life this way, and it's helping me. Like I've started eating healthier. I'm really trying to quit smoking. I've started not drinking as much sugar and as much soda as I do. I'm trying.
He says we're drinking a Mountain Dew to start the show.
I drank a little glass.
Hey,
of
you're
it.
trying. You're trying.
The point is that I'm aware of it.
Yes.
And that's half the battle.
G.I.
Joe. But
That's a drop.
right. The worst G.I. Joe ever. No, it's just really cool that came about at a time, and I'm just really excited, and I haven't finished it. There's about an hour left in the second one. But if you're a fan of 80s comedy and stand-up and stuff, go watch it. It's a great way.
Yes. I like how I made you agree with yourself.
It's a great insight into a lot of the comedy scene, like in the 80s and like in Hollywood and all that stuff, and writing and different Brad Gray was his representation, and anything you see that happened in the 90s probably was produced by Brad Gray and Bernie Brillstein. No shit. Mr. Show, Brad Gray, Bernie Brillstein. Anyway,
I really liked shows that were
Pew pew quip, pew pew quip.
the point is that if you liked something that came out in the 90s and it was on TV, you probably are a fan of Brillstein Gray, which is funny because Shandling sued the shit out of him. But you got to watch the documentary. Anyway.
Are you done?
Again.
Tyler.
So.
I was gonna say the Zen.
Diaries of Gary Shandling.
All right.
That's a drop.
Yeah. Here's my.
Who
Here's
cares?
mine.
Nobody cares.
Oh. I want to talk about Reacher.
I want to talk about.
Yeah. So my wife and I just watched the complete 8-episode first season of Amazon show called Reacher. So it's based on the Jack Reacher books.
Can I ask you a question?
You
guys,
fucker. What?
Did you
I
guys-
never talked. No, I did talk to you.
Did you watch? Did you ever see the Tom Cruise movie?
Yeah, we saw both of them because he had two.
Oh, you did.
He had-
I only saw the first one.
Yeah, the
which
first
I
one-
didn't mind.
The first one's good,
But I understand that he's way out of proportion for the
Yes.
character.
According to the book,
He's a monster.
Alan Richson is the build. If that's
I've seen the
that's
guy
it.
on the ads. Yeah. Okay. Good.
And
okay.
it's funny because they reference him a few times, and one of them he goes like, "This fucking ape" is what he called him, and then he's like, "Well, you can't go around attacking people like that. You're not like our friend that's a 8-foot tall, 600-pound gorilla."
Yeah.
But yeah, he's huge, and it's funny because my wife, I had seen Alan Richson, who is the lead, who is Jack Reacher in this. I had seen him previously in Blue Mountain State.
Oh, okay.
Where he plays a star linebacker named Thad Castle.
Okay.
And he is fucking hilarious in that show. He is the best thing about that show consistently. And it's funny to me because seeing him, it's kind of like a weird break. And granted, give Alan Richardson credit because when you look at that dude, it's easy to typecast him as someone like The Rock or some of these big hulking action stars. But this dude's got range because Jack Reacher is totally different than Thad Castle.
Yeah.
Where there was this one episode that they did called the Drug Olympics where they all lost a game. So we need to all hunker down in the house and we're gonna do all these different drugs and this is gonna help bond the team or whatever.
Oh,
and
this is Blue Mountain State. I was gonna say
Blue Mountain State.
Reacher. What?
Yeah, no, sorry, Blue Mountain State. And he is so funny. And at one point, and he was doing something. And he was doing things, and he's like, "Okay, guys, no teams." And they're like, and then one of the guys was like, "It's football. I think we should at least have 2 teams." Like they're playing backyard football with each other, and he's like, "All right, fine." And then he's like running, and he's got his pads on, no jersey, and he's just fucking whacked out of his mind on drugs. And there's this girl that, oh god, I'm going too deep in this episode, but there's just a moment where he sees this person and he thinks it's a monster because he's fucked up on drugs, and he just goes, "Ah!" Like he lets out this big girly squeal, and it's like, to see that and then watch this intimidating character that is Jack Reacher beat the fuck out of people, and I'm like, wow, what a change. But no, the show itself, I liked the Tom Cruise movies. I've never read the books, but I've seen those Tom Cruise, and those Tom Cruise movies are good.
They're not bad at all. No,
but this one's interesting
the
because
first one was fucking
the way I look at it as, it's Lee Child is like doing his version of a detective story, because Jack Reacher's character is a military cop who's now a civilian, but it's just funny to me because it's a series of books, and it's like, so you're just gonna, the shtick is he just keeps getting roped into these random fucking cases, because like this one starts with him getting accused for a murder, and this first season is based on the first book, and so it kind of spirals out of there, and you find a big thing. And so if you like detective stuff, if you like police procedural type stuff, I think you'd really like this show. But what it does really well is the dialogue. I think the dialogue, however it is from the books, I don't know, but there's just things when the movie or when the show really works for me is when you can see Reacher, because again, it's nice, and I think this is the way the character was made, to see this big hulking guy who you think's a doofus be smartest guy in the room, and he's always the smartest guy in the room. Yeah. And he does like the Columbo, like the detective Columbo things, or
I love Columbo,
or like Sherlock Holmes thing where he describes
one last thing
where he can describe everything and how he came to his conclusions, and he's like, and just seeing that, and then it's fun throughout the show where he's talking to the cop, the Finley, his name's Finley, he's the cop character, he's this black detective in the South, Southern Georgia, and they do an interesting thing where they kind of lean into him being black in a sense of like, well, you obviously look different than a lot of people here. What are you doing here? This whole story. Like there's one part where he is trying to find this guy, and he breaks into his house, but he goes in with his gun drawn because he thinks he's the corrupt people might have got to him or whatever. And he goes in, and some neighbor he doesn't sees him, calls the cops. They come in and beat the fuck out of him because they think he's this black. They don't say it, but it's also like they came in and attacked him, and then as he's spitting up blood and like wiping blood from his nose in this holding cell, they're letting him out. They're like, "You should have told us a cop." And he's like, "You didn't give me the fucking chance." He didn't say fucking, but because he doesn't curse, but that's a whole thing too. He's like, swearing shows a weak mind and a weak attitude, but then later he'll say like fucking stuff. They'll like get him to cuss. But like the characters, I think the cast works really well. I think Alan Ritchson does a really great job of, like I said, having that presence, being that action star, but then also being smart and being, it does a great job of balancing the more noir, detective, police procedural stuff, but then also at times being a very violent show. Like some of the action and violence, like he is snapping arms and legs, and it's like, oh my God. Like one point he kills 2 guys that were chasing him, and they're like the part of this whole thing. And he's shoving their bodies into this trunk, and he can't get the other guy to fit. So he's literally like snapping this dude's legs, breaking bones in different ways to get him into the trunk. And then, so like the show has moments of really dark humor like that I really love. I love Reacher. Season 2 is, I think, coming out this year. I know they're filming it right now, so it might come out this year, but next year. I really dig it. It's only 8 episodes, which I think is generally kind of the sweet spot, especially for hour-long shows. But yeah, that's mine. I liked Reacher. Can't wait to see more of that.
Woohoo.
Long box. Get it on.
Get it on. Get it on. Get it on. Get it on.
Box.
I'm trying to see what other ones we got. All right,
we're doing this live on there.
Yes, we are, you bitch. Why am I so mean to you?
What the fuck?
Hey now, take off your pants. This is how I seduce. This is the seducing version.
Well,
If you need to seduce someone, we're here to help. I said, hey, unbutton your
you
shirt.
can leave your hat on.
The glasses stay on. And the socks.
And the socks, yeah. Keep your socks on. My feet get cold. What?
It's good to grip on something if you're getting a little oiled up.
Listen, if you get in them silk sheets, you got no leverage.
Why is this the Chicago?
I don't know.
Kama Sutra. Chicago Sutra.
Chicago Sutra.
Now what you're gonna
That's
do?
our new episode.
What you're gonna
comedy
do
series.
is put her ankles on your
First
on
thing
your
you gotta do
shoulders.
is you gotta have some knackwurst, okay?
You're gonna
First
need
you
a stretch.
gotta-
All right, first
you're
of
gonna
all,
have a whole
scratch that.
sex swing made out of knackwurst.
Hey, clear the chalkboard. The first thing you're gonna need to do is limber up.
Okay, yeah.
Because we're gonna do a lot.
First, you're gonna.
The Chicago Sutra also includes having a dog.
You also got to make sure
Let it
that
go.
the lady calls you Ditka at all times.
I tell
Oh,
you,
Ditka.
you gotta limber
You're
up.
my Ditka. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.